Hello everyone and welcome to Austin's Gaming and Tech channel. I'm your host Austin from AJ Slider Productions, and today I will be giving you an update to Gaming PC Build and Setup 2016. In the introduction today you saw a few shots I took of the computer and of the overall setup. The astute of you may notice that there are a few minor changes to the original setup which I will go over now. Inside the case, you may have noticed that there is an EVGA GeForce GTX 980 Ti Classified Edition chilling in the PCIe slot. Don't worry though, as this is a temporary card. I will be using EVGA's step-up program to upgrade to a reference version of the GTX 1080 with the ACX 3.0 cooler design near the end of the summer. For those of you who do not know what EVGA's program is, it is a program designed so that if you were like me and bought a previous generation architecture graphics card and really wanted the new generation that just came out but couldn't find one in stock when you were building your PC, this program takes care of those people. Simply put, if you have any EVGA graphics card that you bought and registered with EVGA within 14 days of purchase and uploaded an invoice to them, you are eligible to get any reference model SKU from your choice of EVGA's lineup of the new GeForce 10 series cards. EVGA, as of the making of this video, has only 3 SKUs to choose from each of the models of the currently released GeForce 10 series cards. One is the Founders Edition, the second is a blower-style cooler from EVGA's style, and the third, an ACX 3.0 version of the card. Once you have selected the card of your choosing, EVGA calculates how much money you need to pay them. This is calculated via the invoice total, minus taxes and shipping, and subtract that total from the MSRP of the SKU you selected. You will then send your card in, and they will send you the SKU you requested after they receive the card and payment, within a few days of asking for that payment. There are a few drawbacks though. If you upgrade using this program, you cannot use it again for the card that was obtained through the program. Cards eligible for this program will not be valid after 90 days of the warranty registration. In addition, cards must be first-hand, meaning that they must be bought from reputable and licensed EVGA dealers such as Newegg, Amazon, or direct from their website, and cannot be bought second-hand from other gamers in places such as eBay in order to be eligible. Also, depending on demand, EVGA has a queue, where everyone who is currently in the program will wait to receive approval before the step-up process can begin. Note that once you are in queue, you are still eligible for step-up even if your 90 days expires while you are in queue. However, this does not mean that if you step out of the queue or get rejected, that you will still be eligible after that 90-day deadline. I will be doing an update video when I get the new card, but during the time when I do not have a graphics card in my system, I will not be uploading videos. When that happens, I will update my feed with a small note denoting that I will not have some videos coming for you. Another thing you may have noticed is the difference in peripherals from the original Corsair ones that I have picked out. My change of heart is based on a couple of things. First is the software. Though I know the Razer software isn't as intricate as Corsair, Corsair's software comes with a big learning curve and has a couple of problems. Razer Synapse, while not as chock full of features, is very easy to use. Razer also has the hand, pardon me, edge in gaming mice as well. Although Corsair products have been legendary for their past years due to its exclusive Cherry MX key switches in its keyboards and its powerful mice, Razer has made switches of its own. The Razer green switches are clicky, like Cherry MX Blues, and do have 50 grams of actuation force, but what is really going for it over the competition is the optimization for gaming, with up to 80 million keystrokes worth of durability. I have been using the Black Widow X Chroma for a full 3 weeks now, and it is probably true to say that I love it over my old Logitech wireless membrane and EagleTech hybrid switch keyboards that I was using in the past. The Razer Black Widow X Chroma also has 10 key rollover in the same general region of the first key pressed with anti-ghosting, where the EagleTech keyboard only has 2 key rollover and no anti-ghosting. In games, my old EagleTech keyboard used to freak out when I pushed the comms button and 2 more movement controls at the same time. While now, with the Black Widow X Chroma, the keyboard wouldn't even care if I had 10 keys pressed down at the same time. Typing on the keyboard is nice and light, and is not very fatiguing. I feel much better typing on this keyboard than any other keyboard I have ever owned or used. The mouse is the Razer DeathAdder Chroma, with a 10,000 dpi optical sensor, 1000 Hz polling rate, and excellent ergonomics. This mouse is the perfect fit for me. I chose this over the Corsair Sabre RGB because the Sabre has reviews that say it will not work well with people who have a palm grip or have large or long hands. Feeling that my hands would be too long and fearing so, I decided to get the Razer mouse, and the Razer peripheral did not disappoint. With rubber-like grips on the side, it is a joy to use, with little to no fatigue whatsoever. The ergonomic design and amount of good things about this mouse are, on the flip side, about its plastic construction, which I do not mind too much. Unlike other reviewers, I would not go so far as to take off a full review star because of construction. The surface of this mouse has matte black finish, with a grainy texture which I like very much, as it is a deterrent to fingerprints. Also because of Razer software having a calibration option to adjust the mouse's sensor for accuracy on multiple surfaces, I chose one of their Control Edition mouse pads, the Razer Goliathus. Being a gamer that likes high response times but also enjoys high accuracy when doing so, a control-oriented mousepad is a valid choice. This particular one has anti-fray edges and an imprinted texture on top of the pad, specifically designed to increase the overall accuracy of the mouse when fast movements are necessary, while also feeling awesome to the touch. I can tell that before I had this setup from the games I have played since I got the machine up and running, I have been missing out on the perks of being part of the PC gaming master race. With this setup, my average performance in games increased by 15 to 25%, depending on the title. In actuality, most gamers see a negligible improvement because they already have improved peripherals, which may have been part of my noticed increase. Also, I believe playing maxed out at 120 FPS in World of Tanks, your mileage may vary, also helps with the monitor not displaying as many ghost frames or duplicate frames, which caused ghosting to happen on my old system, which also prompted me to shoot at those ghosts, and so the ghost shell was born in World of Tanks. The reduction in ghost shells was achieved partially by the new system, and the other half achieved by using a server-side crosshair that was built into the game's settings. In FPS titles, I am noticing my accuracy is improving, with SMGs and even LMGs and heroes and generals giving me more headshots when I aim for the head than ever possible on the old system. With this setup, I can play with confidence that this setup is a more level playing field, and it all comes down to my skill and tactics during the match, instead of the restrictions put up by my hardware and my peripherals. Okay, so that's enough theory crafting, as Quickie Baby would say, and let's get on to the benchmarks. I will be doing mine a little differently than most YouTubers. Tech of Tomorrow, Jay's 2 Cents, and Joker Productions all do their videos and audio in a similar fashion during benchmarks. I, on the other hand, will use a similar visual style, but my audio will be more orchestral than used by others. I call it the orchestral benchmarks due to my love of orchestral music. I do have to note here that the CPU is overclocked to 4.5 GHz using the motherboard's CPU upgrade preset for the 6700K, and the graphics card has its power and thermal target maxed out without overvoltage to allow GPU boost to overclock the card for me while keeping the temperatures low. Also, the settings of all my games will be maxed out, except that motion blur will be turned off, as I do not like it while gaming. So without further ado, let us get into the orchestral benchmarks. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Did you enjoy the FPS goodness that I'm getting into The Witcher 3, despite it being maxed out with high-quality visual mods in place? Or maybe it was the overkill card for World of Tanks that sparked your fancy. Or maybe it was the somewhat underwhelming performance of Assassin's Creed Syndicate that made you cringe. Let me know which benchmark results surprised you the most in the comments section below. Also, if this video gets 1,000 likes, I will do a 1440p and 4K DSR benchmark of the card I have in the system when it reaches that goal, time permitting. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this update to the build. Please give it a like if you liked it, dislike it if you thought it sucked, leave a comment to let me know why you thought it was good or it sucked, and feedback on how I did in this commentary. Anyway, I will start producing regular content soon, but until we meet again, good luck on the battlefield.